never forgetting where we came from.
Who is this guy?
So you are what you are in this world. That's either one or two things. Either you're somebody, or you ain't nobody.
Streets the hustle was cracks, and then the time to put the lines on the page, but then the hustle back down, doing lines by the stage, now the hustle rap. Niggas see the grind in my ways, the gods was Nas and Ray. Big pocket jam, then I brought it back, cause all I do is rhyme through the day. Y'all niggas big that, my lines come from gods in the big, now it's not yet. Drops dark bombs on the stage, that new nigga cut from that green. That's my ways back in the days when the things I couldn't change, and how my first cell was almost 3 stacks and almost came. Presently to this day, I can't shake off my hustle grades in many ways. I ride the same wave, I guess it's bred in my genes. Though I had twisted views of my queen, cause bitches was sucking dick around the age of 13. I saw a body in the lobby, first robbery 9. Then I thought, what would provoke to bring these niggas to God? It stemmed from seeing plenty of shit I knew I couldn't get. So the first little chips that I got, I took the risk, and of course, I came into the game blinded by what I seen. But at night I laid my head and I sketched thoughts behind the scenes. You get a boss mentality as a youngin' where I come from, like, why would I work for you? You work for son. The work that you cop from son, you get through my fam. So take no offense, homie, you work for my man. See, it's my thoughts like that got me sitting where I'm at. I don't rap from imagination, bro.
You got to get up and make what you see in your mind come into reality. And with that being said, don't let anything persuade you to the left or to the right. To the left or to the right. If it's not in the same light, ignore it. It is ridiculous to spend all kinds of unnecessary time doing things that are not in motion of the praying. When you went to the closet and you bawled out in tears, and now you finish, you spending time watching movies and you on the phone doing absolute nonsense, and then saying, I prayed about it, but I don't know, what? You prayed about it, what? And then started watching TV, and then started filling out applications that's in complete objection to the desire that you have burning within you, or supposedly. Pray for specific things to happen. And then when you go into the work aspects of it, do the diligence of what you want to see come to pass. And that is it.
Brand new listen to me. Yo. Back in the loom pack, making tunes back like the pack epidemic, 88 boom, word up, regardless of whom back, I'm well groomed. I'm looking like I came back strapped. Y'all had a whole all hell is good. I spit fluent, Tyson, influence, nice and do it. The illest in the slang when I shoot it because I'm probably listen to me. Yo, back in the loom pack.
If you're doing anything other than what you want to see come to pass, it is a waste of time. And it is an insult to come to the prayer throne with specificities of exactly what you desire and then go do contrary to that when you start doing in the work. That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. See, on this alumni podcast, alumni is the elevation of a thing. It is the next level. That's what you're going to get here every time. You're not going to get the mundane, wishy-washy, mixy-mushy, everyday thing. You are going to get the advancement of the next level, upper echelon of the specific request that was petitioned to the Lord. And now, when we put in this diligence, this is what you're hearing: exactness, excellence across the boards. That's what this is. The alumni.
Spit from the inner sanctum of the womb of Bathsheba. Ali Rhea, a bastard child who now turned a believer. Hands formed into a pyramid, eyes is tightly squeezed to have laid down the guns and rage war on my knees. I'm saying, sometimes I get the itchy finger to squeeze because cats ask me to react the way that they weave. Word is born, if I was you, I stay sucking my weed. I transform like Voltron through the God who's supreme. Elohim, omniscient, I've been gifted with the full armor of God, omnipotence, how I'm giving it. No one has ever come to ever deliver it quite like Ali, the heir of the sun. Speaking it.
Let's tie it up. Let's reel it in, let's bring it home. Here's where the rubber meets the road. This alumni thing that we're doing is not a game. Prayer and the doing and the work is the same thing. The scripture, the Quran, the Buddhist pamphlets, the Torah, the evangelists, the Seventh-day Adventists, the Pentecostal, the Jehovah's Witnesses, the Latter-day Saints, agree upon this, the spirituality of something and the doing of something. They all agree upon a higher entity bringing in something spiritual into the physical, all the books, okay? But I want to be more specific and say that the kingdom is not far off, it's within you. And the same acts that the prophets did of old can be done in this modern day right now. We can bring into the manifestation the thing that we believe. Prayer and work is the same thing. Now pay attention. When you're praying, that's a spiritual thing happening. When you're working, that is a physical thing happening, obviously. But when you join and fuse the prayer and the spiritual thing with the physical thing, it now becomes one, and you are manifesting. My man D said, we don't know we're making history when we're making it. In other words, the spiritual, when it's connected with the physical, the prayer and the work, when those two are together, that becomes the manifestation. When you pray, you're praying a spiritual thing. When you're working, you're pulling out the spiritual thing and bringing it and forcing it into the physical world. You have to know that that's what you're doing. That's why you can't run around trying to operate within your own capacity. See this phone? I'm gonna wrap this up, man. This phone can only function and operate but so long before it has to go into a plug-in. It has to be plugged in, and then it can recharge, it can refuel. It can do things that it normally wouldn't be able to do had it not been fully charged. You know, if this phone is not fully charged, it's best to stop operating it until you get to where you can charge it. Operating on a low frequency can only last, but that's young boy stuff, where it thinks that it can move and operate without being charged. A phone will teach you that it has to connect to the source, to a source of power, so that it can recharge and begin to function how it should function. When you get down to 4 or 5%, you don't even want to use it no more. You got to reserve that energy, especially if you're out and about moving around. You got to reserve whatever bit of energy until it's charged. If you have any wisdom. Same thing in the spiritual and then the physical praying and working. The prayer is the spiritual. The work is the physical. You are pulling out. When you begin to work, you are manifesting the prayer into the physical. You're making that thing happen. You don't have to go seeking anybody or anyone or running. That's why the prophets say that the scripture, the kingdom is within you. Whatever you want to make happen and come to pass, that thing is within you. That's why you have to have a burning desire for something. It got to be burning and set on fire. It has to be. When it is that sensitive to where it is burning, it's set on flame, when you go out to perform and do the work, you are bringing the prayer into manifestation, because it should sync together. It should connect together. The phone, when it is connected to the and charging, it is in sync with the charging of it, that when you do take it out, you take it out the charger, take it out the source of energy, it can flow and you can go and do things and operate. But you have to have a continual relationship with the source so that it can stay afloat and charged at all times. The working of a thing is the continuous praying of a thing. You're bringing the spiritual prayer request into the physical working of something that you desire, a burning desire. I hope that makes sense, man. I know it makes sense for me. You see clearly what's going on. I'm not reaching out to anything other than within and bringing it into manifestation. I'm doing exactly what the scriptures say to do. Cakewalk Alumni, it's another level, man.
You can blame it on my car, cause I ain't rushing for niggas. In any case, you see a song, blame me. Word to mother, y'all know my shit ain't a song, look around. Y'all niggas know what the fuck going on, blame me. I'm kicking that old Quran, blame me. That first Corinthian rap, Al-Qaeda bombs, blame me. Leave the competition resting in peace. It ain't your fault, fuck boy. Blame it on me, just blame me. Kicking that bonkers, that off the wall. That Nate Capone up and rockin' that Haverstraw, New York City. I'm hoping they chant after my rant, after I break the competition. The facts is for my advance, nigga. Applaud your hands when I step to the grandstands of fans. Kicking that street shit to the camp. Like I'm from Harlem, like Cam. Like I got stacks of rubber bands around that's gripping my grands.